Welcome to a new episode of Norway Perspectives, brought to you by Norway Relocation Group, your trusted source for practical advice and insight to help you build a new life in Norway. If you're planning to move to Norway, or already in the process, you're probably asking yourself one big question: can I afford to live in Norway? And what exactly does it cost? In this episode, we'll take you through the real cost of living in Norway in 2025, with up-to-date numbers and details on everything from rent and food to healthcare, education, transportation, and daily essentials. We'll also talk about what makes living in Norway worth the price and how locals adapt to high costs while still enjoying a high quality of life. Let's begin. 1. Housing, your biggest monthly expense. Like in most countries, housing is the single largest cost for most people living in Norway. In Oslo, the capital and most expensive city, expect to pay around 14,000 to 18,000 kroner per month for a one-bedroom apartment in the city centre. That's about 1,250 to 1,600 US dollars. If you move outside the central area, prices drop slightly. You might pay between 10,000 and 13,000 kroner per month in neighbourhoods like Bjørk or Nordstrand. In Bergen, Stavanger, or Trondheim, rents are about 10 to 20% lower than in Oslo. In smaller towns or rural areas, you might find a full apartment or even a small house for 7,000 to 9,000 kroner. Keep in mind, most landlords require a 3-month deposit. You'll pay the first month's rent in advance. Some apartments include electricity and internet. Others don't so. If your rent is 15,000 kroner, expect to pay up to 60,000 kroner upfront when signing a lease. For students and young professionals, shared apartments, called collective, are common. Renting a room in a shared flat usually costs 6,000 to 8,000 kroner, depending on location and condition. 2. Groceries and food. Quality over quantity. Food in Norway is fresh, safe, and regulated, but it's also expensive. That's because Norway imports much of its produce and has strict farming and pricing policies to protect local industries. Here's a sample of average prices for groceries in 2025. 1 litre of milk, 22 kroner 1 loaf of bread, 35 to 45 kroner 1 dozen eggs, around 48 kroner 1 kilo of bananas, 30 kroner 1 kilo of chicken breast, 135 kroner 500 grams of ground beef, around 90 kroner 200 grams of Norwegian cheese, about 50 to 60 kroner 1 bottle of cooking oil, 70 kroner if you shop smart. Buying seasonal produce and discount brands, you can keep your monthly grocery bill at around 3,500 to 4,500 kroner per adult. Most Norwegians cook at home and pack lunches. Eating out is saved for weekends or special occasions. 3. Dining out, an occasional luxury. Eating out in Norway is much more expensive than in many other countries. A casual meal at a simple cafe or takeaway spot costs around 200 to 300 kroner per person. Dinner at a mid-range restaurant with drinks can easily cost 600 to 900 kroner per person. Fast food meals, like McDonald's, average 130 to 160 kroner. Alcohol is also pricey. A beer at a bar might cost 100 to 120 kroner, and a glass of wine about 130 kroner. Most Norwegians drink socially, but not excessively, partly due to cost, and partly due to strict alcohol regulations and taxes. 4. Transportation. Efficient and predictable. Norway has one of the best public transport systems in Europe. In Oslo and other large cities, a monthly public transport pass costs about 850 kroner and gives you unlimited access to buses, trams, subways, and even ferries within the zone. Students and seniors often get discounts of 30 to 50%. Public transport is on time, clean, and safe, fully integrated across modes. In smaller towns, public transport may be more limited, but still dependable. In rural areas, many people do need a car. If you own a car in Norway, you'll pay for fuel, about 22 to 25 kroner per litre annual road tax toll roads, which are common parking, especially in cities, insurance, inspections, and winter tires. Many Norwegians choose electric cars, which come with tax reductions, cheaper tolls, and environmental benefits. Charging stations are widespread, especially in urban areas. 5. Healthcare. Public, reliable, and predictable healthcare in Norway is mostly publicly funded, but it's not 100% free. Residents pay a small fee for doctor visits, prescriptions, and tests, usually around 200 to 350 kroner per visit. These payments are capped at around 3,000 kroner per year. Once you hit that cap, you receive a free court or exemption card, which gives you free healthcare for the rest of the calendar year. Dental care is not included in the public system for adults. Cleanings and basic dental visits range from 800 to 1,200 kroner. Children under 18 get free dental care, and pregnant women receive fully covered prenatal services. Prescription medicine is subsidized, especially for chronic conditions. Over-the-counter drugs like paracetamol can only be purchased at pharmacies, not in grocery stores. 6. Education and childcare. Heavily subsidized public schools in Norway are completely free. Children start school at age 6 and attend until age 16, with optional upper secondary school afterward. School supplies and textbooks are covered. In some areas, school lunch is also free. For toddlers, barnhage or kindergarten is subsidized based on family income. On average, parents pay around 3,000 kroner per child per month, but some pay less or nothing. University education is free for Norwegian citizens and EU/EEA students. As of 2023, many non-EU international students pay modest tuition, but it's still far lower than in the US, UK, or Australia. 7. Utilities, internet, and mobile plans. Utilities vary by season. Winter heating increases energy bills. On average, for a one-bedroom apartment, electricity and heating, 1,000 to 1,500 kroner per month. Water and garbage, usually included in rent. Internet, high-speed 500 to 700 kroner per month. Mobile phone plan, 250 to 400 kroner per month. Many providers offer combination packages for phone and internet, and most services are available in English. Partipopper. 8. Leisure, fitness, and everyday life. Life in Norway can be expensive, but you don't need to spend a lot to enjoy it. Gym memberships, 500 to 800 kroner per month. Cinema ticket, 150 kroner. Cappuccino at a cafe, 45 kroner. Streaming services like Netflix, same as international pricing. Hiking, swimming, skiing, and access to nature, free. Public spaces are clean, safe, and accessible. Libraries are excellent. Nature is everywhere, and it costs nothing to enjoy it. 9. Example monthly budget. Single person in Oslo, 2025. Let's put it all together. Here's an estimated budget for one adult living alone in Oslo. Rent, 1 bedroom, 15,000 kroner. Groceries, 4,000 kroner. Public transportation, 850 kroner. Utilities and AMP, internet, 1,500 kroner. Mobile plan, 300 kroner. Health expenses, 250 kroner. Leisure and AMP, fitness, 2,000 kroner. Total, around 23,000 to 25,000 kroner per month, or approximately 2,100 to 2,300 US dollars. Couples or families may share costs and reduce the per-person burden. In smaller cities, or if you share housing, your monthly expenses could be significantly lower. 10. Final thoughts. High cost. High value. Yes, Norway is expensive, but it's also well organized, safe, and deeply livable. What you get for your money includes reliable public healthcare, clean cities, beautiful nature, world-class infrastructure, excellent education, transparent systems, and a high level of trust and safety with careful budgeting and realistic expectations. Most newcomers adapt quickly and find that the quality of life justifies the cost. Norway Perspectives is brought to you by Norway Relocation Group. We help individuals, professionals, and families move to Norway with the right guidance, local support, and peace of mind. If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe, give it a like, and share it with someone who's planning their move to Norway. And if you're planning to learn Norwegian, we recommend NLS Norwegian Language School, with flexible, high-quality courses online or in Oslo. Find them at nlsnorwegian.no. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode of Norway Perspectives.